Ladies and gentlemen, good day. This is our university course titled GSP 3201 Philosophy and Logic. Under Philosophy and Logic, we have three modules: Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. Our own now is Module 3, titled Science and Analysis of Reality via Branches of Philosophy. The slide is presented by Dr. Balarabe Abubakar for first semester 2019-2020 session for School of Continuing Education. The general overview of the module is that by the end of this module, the student should be able to appreciate the definition of philosophy, the branches of philosophy, which include metaphysics. Under metaphysics, we will see cosmology, ontology, and theology. Then the second one is epistemology. Under the epistemology, we will observe the meaning and the major types of knowledge, sources of knowledge, and the analysis of knowledge, that and the how knowledge will be acquired. Then the third one is Axiology, the meaning of values, categories of values, that is moral and non-moral values. Science, philosophy, and analysis of reality. The search for meaning in life is primarily conducted by religion, science, and philosophy. While the religion often believes in the supreme God, seeks form earning through his sign and creation, as well as prayers and the contemplation, by living a good life as a preparation for the hereafter. Science, on the other hand, merely seeks the knowledge of fact, their interpretation using what is called the objective scientific method of observation, experimentation, and description. Philosophy seeks for ultimate nature of knowledge affect their significance, the synthesis of these identified facts and ideas in a total and comprehensive manner, taking both the results of the religion and the sciences, and by reflecting upon the whole. Let us define what is philosophy. We need to also answer the following question before attempting to define what is philosophy. What is reality? What is science? And then what is philosophy? When we use the word reality in philosophy, we are referring to the totality of real things in the world that are objectively independent of human perceptions, which means the things and the phenomena which actually exist in real life situations, while science, on the other hand, is that body of knowledge which is used in the objective study of the material world and the natural phenomena. Philosophy is a scientific discipline in which all facts and information from diverse other disciplines are integrated and synthesized to give a comprehensive perspective. It is an academic field of study which involves the art of making critical clarification through analysis and reading between the lines in order to illuminate or cast light into the darkness of ignorance, so as to come up with rational answers to the question of reality, knowledge, and values. Metaphysics, as a branch of philosophy, it deals with fewer abstractions that are considered to be in existence but cannot be perceived by the human sense. For example, the soul, the mind, the spirit, and the God. The subdivision of metaphysics could also seen as ontology, cosmology, theology, theodicy, etc., but only the first three shall be considered here. Ontology is the study of being, the nature of man, his psyche, and the predisposition. Ontology simply deals with the creator and his creation. On the other side, cosmology is the science of material universe, which studies the nature of the cosmos and their past causes. In this module, we shall philosophically build it from the angle of their source of control using reason and the theology. The last one is theology. This is an offshoot of ontology through standing independently on its own. Theology studies religion as they relate with the divine. We shall consider how the creation connects with creator through both polytheistic and monotheistic religion. Metaphysics is, in summary, metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that deals with the study of the essence of being, the study of ultimate reality. Its scope embraces cosmology, ontology, teleology, the nature of man, his soul, the extent of his freedom of action, and the notion of God. In pursuit of an answer to the nature of being, various philosophers made contributions. Thales anchored the origin and the composition of everything like most. Another philosopher, Anaximander, rejecting his view, offered that the universe was composed of a primary element called a priori. The second type of philosophy is epistemology. Epistemology derived from Greek word epistem, log, and logos. Study of the nature of knowledge from the etymology. We shall discuss the major kind of knowledge and also analyze the concept from knowledge, how, and the knowledge that. A kind of knowledge, a period that is before or without experience, and the posterior, after or with experience. The sources of knowledge include the reason that we use in mathematics as logic. Then another source is revelation, as we see it in our scriptures, that is the Quran, Bible, and the Torah. Then intonation, that is an insight. Then we have empirical, is also another sources, that is through sensory. Then we have authority, which is based on specialist. Then we have acquaintance, that is knowledge through your classmate or classmates. Epistemology deals with the theory of knowledge from ancient time. The theory of knowledge has been a matter of serious contention among philosophers. The skeptics were identified with the skepticism that knowing anything for certain was impossible. They soon became unpopular. Three traditional theories of truth existed, and of all, the corresponding theory appeared most reliable. That is, Plato's idea of knowledge acquisition assumes the pre-existence of the soul in the world of ideas. Two schools of thought are also identified with this theory of knowledge acquisition: the rationalist and the empiricist. The rationalists believe in reason as a major source of true knowledge, while the empiricist relies on sense. The last category is theology. It's theology that is based on values and words. Antheo is like and value. Logos means study, the study of the nature of values or preferences. Values primarily refers to those objects which we cherish, appreciate, want, desire, or need. And theology divided into two main categories. We have realm of value. We have realm of value and we have categories of value. Under realm of value, we have ethics and aesthetics. Then under categories of value, we have moral and immoral. The realm of values. When we talk on ethics, there are basically two dimensions of ethics: normative and applied ethics. Applied ethics deals with issues directly related to people's lives, e.g., how should we live and die? How should we relate with others? While normative ethics deals with the moral standard as to what actions are right and which are wrong. What things should one values? Is life worth living? A typical example of normative ethics lies in the holy text, especially the three monotheistic religions, that is the Torah, the Bibles, and the Quran. Written or unwritten constitutions, ground rules in meeting, seminars, workshops, and lectures. Ethics is the branch of philosophy that deals with the moral aspect of man, how man ought to behave. It is called moral philosophy. Ethics is relative in time in the sense that certain conduct previously condemned as unethical in society may become acceptable by a particular generation. Realm of value, aesthetics. This second area of ideology deals with feeling, creativity, and the appreciation of arts and creation, the beauty of things. Example, the music, artistry, landscape, man as an aesthetic being, the beauty and the perfection of the heaven and the skies, etc. This receptive side, that is recognition and appreciation of creativeness, is sometimes referred to as aesthetics delight, as quoted by Collins in Dolly 2010. The categories of values, we have moral and non-moral values. The moral values, when we are dealing with interpersonal issues between humans, then the non-moral values is interpersonal issues that concern you alone. You alone. Intrinsic and extrinsic values. Intrinsic and extrinsic values. Intrinsic, appreciating things. Appreciating things or people solely for their own sake, while extrinsic, appreciating people or things for what they can help us to achieve. Subjective and objective values. Subjective values include personal point of view we place on people, things, and activities. Example, love and beliefs. While objective, generally accepted values backed up by reasons. Example, money and